We are the Nordic middle-aged men, and this is the skill of self-defense.
So what we will do today is one preemptive technique that you can use as an attack to create gap for you to run away, for example. It's called the whiplash. And then we have the shield block that you can use to protect your head against punches, kicks, etc. These techniques are easy to learn and you can apply them even during the stressful situations, and they don't need an actual attack, but you can perform them and you can use them as defensive or offensive measures.
So when it comes to self-defense, there's a lot of misconceptions most people have. Beginners usually they're concerned about how to do this technique or that technique, or how to release from this grab or that grab, or how to defend against a knife or a gun or so, or whatever. But I don't think that's the way to go. The most important thing, more important thing than the techniques, is your mental attitude towards your own safety, all those your loved ones. My name is Jussi. I'm a professional firefighter, been one for 25 years. The past 11 years I've been working as a sub-officer or a fire sergeant, if you will. Been training on the martial arts and combat sports for some 33 years or so. Mainly on kickboxing, boxing, karate, a little bit of judo, BJJ, Krav Maga and Defendo, and also tried some other styles as well. Been competing in kickboxing, knockdown karate, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I also have 6 professional MMA fights. Alongside that, I've been working several years professional security, nightclub security. So, whiplash. Anyone who's been learning CPR in the first aid class, you already know this, at least half of it. So you place one hand on top of another. Left over right, right over left, it really doesn't matter. You choose whichever you prefer. But the important thing is they're on top of one another. So not sideways, but on top of one another. And you're gonna hit with the palm here, and also the other hand. And you bring the hands up by your chest, and from there you extend the hands, just like when you're doing CPR, the same motion with the hands, either to the chest or, if needs be, into the face, jaw, mouth or nose. Extend the arms, and then you also add the set step. push with the rear leg and make like a drop step. So you add all of your body weight into the motion. So like 1, 2, 3. So using the whiplash, it's very natural movement. It's one of 3 options that a human will do when something is, let's say, coming towards your head. So extending the arms, this is very natural. So we minimalize it by doing what I just said. Okay, so it's not difficult. It's very natural. And also in Defendo we use the whiplash for other means. Let's say against a knife threat. He's threatening me with the knife and wants something from me, and I decide to act. So I use a whiplash to grab the hand, go in, control, and counter attack. So it's the same whiplash also. Later on, you can use the same whiplash motion also against a handgun threat. So the beginning is the same whiplash. Bring the hands up, make a whiplash.
I'm Petteri Kantola. I've been working as a professional military for 26 years, now retired, and working as a chief of security. I've been working in the security business for over 20 years. And I've been training martial arts, self-defense and combat sports for 36 years. I'm also a certified security personnel instructor, use of force instructor, 4th degree black belt in Jyrkisarjo Defendo, and a 3rd degree black belt in Krav Maga. I have also studied other martial arts, almost a dozen different martial arts. And I'm currently working also as a security instructor. Easy way to protect your head against attack, whether it's a kick, a punch, or a hit with a stone or stick or anything. The easiest version is the shield lock. We got this kind of reaction, but we got also this kind of reaction. So we refine this reaction into very good defense. So here, horizontally, put your elbows together. You have a small hole here that you can see. Now, if somebody tries to punch you, you just protect your head like this. It can be a defensive, where I move away from the attack, or it can be offensive, where I attack the attacker with the tips of my elbows. And this technique is very good since you don't need to have the actual attack before you can conduct this. So somebody threat is about to punch you, I can preemptively attack him with the tips of my elbows. And I get whole my body mass behind this attack.
I'm Sami Rissanen. I took my first self-defense lesson some 25 years ago. I've been training since, a little bit on and off, 5 different styles, latest Jyrkisarjo Defendo. Situational awareness, however, is my specialty. I'm a professional airline pilot, and in my line of work, situational awareness is crucial.
Situational awareness is the cornerstone of self-defense. It can help you know what's around you, but also it gives you a certain sense of assertiveness in your character, so you're less likely to become a target.
It's easy to understand situational awareness when driving a car. While driving, you have to stay vigilant all the time and monitor everything around you. Other cars, the road, the weather, all of that. It means that you are aware of yourself and your surroundings, both in time and space. You need to know what's around you and where all of that will be in a few moments in relation to where you will be. And why that is so important in self-defense is that it helps you anticipate situations, and therefore you can avoid the situations altogether where you would need self-defense. You can use all of your senses to maintain your situational awareness. Take for example a dark environment. You cannot utilize your eyesight, so you have to rely on your other senses. Then your hearing would be most important. Situational awareness is also vital in all forms of survival. Accidents, fires, getting lost is a good example. If your situational awareness is good, you most likely won't get lost.
Few thoughts on training the different combat sports. Like we said, we recommend boxing and BJJ and wrestling maybe above some other arts. Why? Because the way we think is that in those, everything you do is you do full contact, one-on-one, full force, and which is you have something you have to do. But some of you might be wondering, why do boxing if you could do kickboxing? And why do kickboxing if you could do Muay Thai? And why do Muay Thai if you could do MMA? Isn't it better if you have more techniques in the system than less? Well, the way we think it is yes and no. Of course, it's good that if you only have boxing skills, it's better to have boxing and kicking skills. And of course, it's better to have also the knowledge of using the elbows and the knees. And of course, it's better to know how to grapple and fight on the ground and stand-up grappling as well. But something you have to also consider is how much time you have to spend on this and how interested you are in this. So if you're willing to train, let's say 6 months, twice a week, and after that you're finished, then there's not much point in starting MMA training because you're not going to go very far. But if you train boxing 6 months, 2 times a week, then you are going somewhere with that system. So more is not always better. Sometimes less is better. But if you're willing to put the time and effort and train, let's say 5 years or 6 years, twice or 3 times a week, then of course it's better to train kickboxing or Thai boxing or even MMA. Something for you to consider.
Works also against a winner though,